Training is a toxin.
Yes.
So how much do you need to drink? This is the question we'll be answering in today's video.
Oh.
Earlier in the video, I made a pretty bold claim.
Oh.
No, not that part of the video. A little bit later. Training is a toxin. Yes, training is a toxin. In today's video, I want to discuss what makes training a poison, the remedy, and how you can tell when you've taken too much of a dose, i.e. overtraining, and how to better understand your body for long-term gains. So the definition of a toxin, as I just typed into Google, is an antigenic poison or venom of a plant or animal origin, especially one produced or derived from microorganisms or causing disease when present at low concentration in the body. While training certainly isn't produced or caused by microorganisms, it certainly is causing diseases, especially at low and high dosages in the body. Training does this by putting stress on the body that wears it down. This can look like less glycogen in your muscles, loss of body water and body weight, higher blood pressure, heart rate, and metabolic activity, muscle tissue tears, increased immunogenetic responses, i.e. your immune system getting activated, and increased cortisol levels, or the stress hormone. Well, with all these potential issues with training being a toxin, or of the sort of causing disease in our body, should we stop training? I think we both know that that is far from the truth. If you've ever seen The Princess Bride, there comes an opportunity in the movie where the main protagonist, Wesley, our knight in black, is playing a battle of wits drinking game with the Sicilian Vizzini. There's an option to choose from two cups. One cup has supposedly the iocane powder, and the other cup supposedly doesn't. In the end, Vizzini dies from drinking his cup. So we all think that he had drank the one with the poison. But in actuality, Wesley had dosed both the drinks with the iocane powder poison, and he also drank it. The truth is, he had gained an adaptive response to the iocane powder. Therefore, he didn't drop dead as Vizzini did. So the same principle is applied to training. Given the appropriate response to any sort of poison, your body will adapt. The big thing I want to make about poisons or toxins is that too much of it can do a lot of harm for you, too little and nothing's gonna really happen to you, but just the right amount and you can actually get stronger from it. We see this a lot with coffee, for example. People need more and more coffee throughout the day to get them through, or to get that same buzz, for example. And the same can be said about training. As you train more and adapt and get used to the stress, you're going to need more stuff. More training stress, more volume, more intensity, and there's a lot of science to say, oh, we increase intensity over time, or we increase volume over time, or we start with high volume and we decrease it and we increase intensity based on how the body likes to adapt and all these other things. That's a topic for a whole nother video. But the big thing is the body can only adapt to so much training stress at the same at one time. If you were just new to cycling, going out for a 7-hour, 140-mile ride, it's not going to do much good. It's just going to hurt. I wanted to show everyone an example of a next day fatigue in which you went a little too hard on the ride the day before, so that the following day you will either need to take a rest day, what that looks like in the power to heart rate ratio. So this was on Monday. I did this ride. Within the first 30 minutes, I always like to check my heart rate versus a certain power. Today I was checking it at 180 watts, and I noticed my heart rate was a little over 130, 134, which is a little bit higher than usual. However, a little bit higher than usual normally means your body is set to adapt to a stimulus, to get ready and to certainly go for it. However, today I did a little bit of riding, and on top of the hill I did just a little bit of an opener around the same power, did 191 watts, so about 10 watts more, but you can see my heart rate was only 121, showing that I had a substantial heart rate drop for the same power. Normally, if I see anything greater than a 5% drop in heart rate, I will cut the ride just like I did and head right back home. So with that, I've been doing a little bit of research into how do we know when the body can adapt, and how much do you need. My recent video it'll be right here. Voila. On weight training discusses how many reps and using a velocity-based, essentially a fatigue-based system, which I think is appropriate because when you're training your physiology, you're training, your muscles contracting and the hormones and everything, and your fatigue level is a good indicator. And the main takeaway is that you don't need to go to complete max fatigue. You can just need to keep improving one by one or stay stable, and then keep maintaining that 20% velocity loss to only fatigue the body enough to give it a stimulus. Eventually you need to increase the weight and maybe surpass that, but that's what coaches and other athletes overreaching theory behind that is all for. There's a lot more to discuss with the adaptable zone, so I encourage you all to check back for a few more videos in the adaptable zone series. If you have any questions, comments about any of the stuff we have here, please feel free to drop it down in the comments section below. Make sure to subscribe and like and follow for notifications about those videos. And if you're skeptical about any of this, try it out yourself. I encourage you all to go out, test it out yourself, and be your own scientist.